Alright everybody, welcome back on into another 8 versus 8 Beyond All Reason. This time we're looking at a new map. This is Esker Creek, or Esker Creek. I'm going to call it Esker Creek. This is a east versus west map with a river dividing it that everything can cross, so it's just a good little geographic marker for you. It doesn't impede movement. So let's take a look at our teams. On the red team, we have coming in at 31 skill, playing Cortex, going bots. From the front line is Duck Viking. For the blue team leader, we have coming in at 26 skill, playing Armada. On the back line, it is JDog75, going bots. For this map, you have, according to JDog, because I've only played this map once, you have a tech position here and an air position here, which would be mirrored on the other side. Air here, tech there. So let's meet the rest of our players. Everybody else, the other 6 positions are all front lines. So on the red team, starting at the top of the map, we have Burdock Holmes. It's Armada going bots. We've already met the red player. In the tech position is Joint Cutter. These Cortex bots. Yellow player is Snowberry. It's Armada bots. The dark pink player is Aggressa. Cortex Air. Orange player is Fem, and that's Armada bots. The tan player is Endo. That is going to be Cortex Vehicles. And the light pink player is Sorum, also Cortex Vehicles. They're both on the very southern lane here, which usually I think Endo would supposed to spawn here, but okay. On the other side here, we've got for the blue team, Com Eater is playing Cortex bots. Pantsu Ripper, Armada bots. Starion is Cortex bots. Olophyte, Cortex bots. Myself, I am playing Cortex bots. Nebuchadnezzar, we're just going to say Nabucha. Armada bots. And our air player, No Drog. And that is Cortex Air. Looks like the red player's already got some T1 spam coming across on our side of the map here. We've got some grunts making a line in. Gonna run right into Starion's commander and his grunts. I think the blue team got lucky there that the red player just happened to run into where there was a bunch of units on the front line. So we've got red coming in. Depending which way he goes, he might get into the back line here. Also the yellow player. Blue is trying to warn Olophyte. And indeed, these grunts do get in the back line. There is an LLT set up. Get some more coming through here, and I've got thugs going to intercept them. Blue's commander's coming forward to close in from the north side of this little run-by. That run-by is then taken care of. Looks like the green player, Nabucha, is getting a run by some pawns. Sorum sees it, calls it out, and Ven's intercepting. About as even as a trade as you can get there. One lone pawn makes his run away here. The orange player, though, because he's chasing this, has not gotten up to the front lines. He's setting up some mid-line defenses. Myself, I've come forward of the middle of the map. Red got a little run by here and it was very frustrating. Took out a couple of my mexes. Yellow and red here in the very center. Olophyte is finally getting up to the river. Orange is coming down now. That's a lot of pawns, and my commander is all alone. That does not look good. And indeed, my commander does go down. Well, it was so nice he called that out. Looks like Snowberry, Olophyte had the perfect opportunity here to do the exact same thing. He has energy for D-guns. Well, had energy for one D-gun. Fighting over my commander's corpse here. Snowberry bringing his pawns up to help protect his commander. Looks like Ripper up here has got a good amount of bots. Got some Rocketeers going to be taking out these LLTs. Whittling away at these defenses. And it looks like we've stabilized here. And we've got purple has definitely got a lot more forces than his opponent Burdock here, but seems content to just hold still. Still taking out these LLTs from Joint Cutter. Looks like Duck Viking switched over to vehicles. It's making some pounders. If they get in close enough to hit these Rocketeers, they just take out a big swath of them with each shell. If the Rocketeers can kite the pounder fairly well because of the range difference. But you need enough Rocketeers to be able to kill the pounder before it does actually get in and get on top of you. Got T2 coming up here on the back line for the blue player. Have not made a transition yet on the back line for the red team, it seems. Going for a lot of T1 solars. And he's going up and supporting the front, so I don't know if they have anybody teching at all. Does not seem like it. I think that their entire team is frontlining except for the dark pink or fuchsia player Aggressa. I do have a res bot here, slowly resurrecting my comm. We do have some bot-on-bot aggression in the very middle here between Olophyte and Snowberry, both of them being very active. Here we go. We got some more going on between Pantsu Ripper and Comm Eater. These LLTs on the high ground, though, are actually in a great position. If these were beamers or the heavy laser turrets, it'd be just impossible to push in with bots. Looks like Orange is trying to come in and prevent me from resurrecting my commander. But he's coming in piecemeal. My metal income at this point is 18. His is 25. What the? How is his that high? It's a lot, actually. Looks like J-Dog set up a gauntlet up here, which on this high ground is going to cover a huge swath of the front line. Looks like Nabucha is, or Nabucha, trying to go in. Sorum is standing by with a D-gun though. A lot of posturing and back and forth here. Fight is definitely getting the better end of this trade here. By far, Snowberry has got to back up. The gauntlet on the high ground also. And there's a run by of grunts coming through. Might actually get some economic damage done. We can just keep running. There's one max down. Got a T2 lab up here for Snowberry. Probably why I didn't have the units at the front. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, we stopped. Well, we got 2 mexes and advanced solar. Could have had a lot more, but it's alright. Thugs shooting straight up. It's always funny. Well, at this point, the front lines have shifted now. We've got a little bump heading out there, which is giving us just a little bit more map control. And if we can get those mexes claimed, it'll give us more income, which is what becomes important. And if you look, the blue income is higher than the red, and I think that T2 being delivered right away by J-Dog is making a big difference with that, as the mexes are being upgraded across the line sooner than the opposing team. I did get my comm resurrected. Now I'm trying to push back as the enemy here, Ven, has built up some static defenses. We got some bombers coming in and attacking maces, which they're actually getting a little bit of connections in. All the fight with some D-guns takes down most of them. And this gauntlet up here, though, is just raining down. We got T2 coming out down on the south side here. It's gonna put a real big kink in Nabucha's plans. He's almost got a gauntlet up, which can actually has the range to deal with those T2 units, but it does not have the damage to. Got a heavy laser tower set up for myself down here. Let's see. Purple's actually getting in. We've got vehicles and bots coming through. Just going right past the rest of those bots and circling around. I don't know where we're heading here. But now that he's through the front lines, he's just going in, and one at a time units are falling. Just this group of 10 medium tanks. Oh, we got air coming through. So a lot of bombers. That's a lot of bombers. Coming in at my front line. I don't think my one T1 tower is going to be able to do it here. And no, it wasn't. The gauntlet survives, though. Or agitator, I'm sorry. Meanwhile, These tanks are making it through to the back line. Where are the bombers going? Going out Nabucha. Gonna go for his energy production. Oh, he gets his build power, his energy production, and now he gets that. Now the red player gets his economy gutted by these medium tanks that made it through. Comm meter actually took out all of the red player's production on his back mexes and energy. He does still have a geothermal and a couple mexes to see, and he has a forward bay, so he has the ability to keep producing. And it looks like Burdock was able to get a heavy laser tower up. These thugs are probably going to clean this up quite nicely. Yeah. Oh, it looks like Joint decided to move his forces too soon. This tank lives to kill 2 more mexes. And just shut off a couple of the solar powers. Got an agitator at the front for me. And a heavy laser tower just comes up. And it looks like Orphight is going to be the next one to come in. Lots of T1. Going up against a lot of thugs and a gunslinger. Resbot's on the wrong side of things in here. Green player is building a Tech 2 lab on the front line. Rebuilt some wind power there to try and help deal with all of that was lost back here. I'm going Tech 2. Orphites already went Tech 2. J-Dog has got air, some pinpointers. Has 2 gauntlets on the front line and now building a pulsar. Just really porking up this very center here. But this one pulsar can reach quite a large portion of the map, actually. Oh, we got a tremor out here. Which the gauntlet could shoot if it could see it. But he has no clue where it's at the moment. How about the tremors view? You can definitely see it. Wow, we got a bulwark coming up on the south side too. Let's see, we got T2 out for Sorum. He's not making any units though. He's putting all of his economy into getting this bulwark up. Looks like Vem's coming in again. Lots of Centurions with a couple maces. My Resbot's been busy though, rebuilding an army. And he's pushing into heavy laser tower, twin guards, and an agitator. Not ideal. We got tick spam coming out from Nabucha. Try and keep that tremor busy. Maybe get vision of it. He just doesn't have the units to overpower my repair ability. Which means I'm just killing his units for a little bit of energy cost on the repair. Down here, this gauntlet is putting in work, but the bulwark's up now. So the tick spam's not going to get very close, and the tremor here can outrange the gauntlet. Got a high arcing gauntlet just going after these maces that are sitting there doing nothing. Rattlesnake, though, that is a much better option for dealing with the tremor. Just got to make sure you have vision of it. Got a good fighter screen up for the blue side. Not too many up for the red side. It looks like Joint Cutter is, instead of transitioning to T2, is just going to mass out thugs. Which, once T2's on the field, it's not very effective. If you have a bunch of res bots with it, a lot of Rocketeers too. I mean, more stuff beats less stuff. At some point, though, you can't beat stuff that you can't shoot, and Tier 1 units can get outranged real quickly by T2. It looks like Venom's trying to flank here around the side. I am building up Sheldon. Got Sheldons and Sumos coming, and some Arbiters to deal with any entrenched positions. Rattlesnake's up. This Mercury here is doing a good job at just continually removing one fighter at a time from the fighter wall here. Looks like the blue players decided to make some air as well, so now there's 2 air players here. This tremor, I can't help but not be happy with the fact that he's just not putting it on an attack view in here. He knows this is all here. It's in range. He could just attack ground and be pummeling away at it. All this resurrected free units. Arbiters sending off their missiles. They're extremely long range. Takes one step back to avoid the damage. Such a huge ball of thugs. Losing units for free is never ideal. And those Arbiters, those missiles hurt when they hit. They really do. Rattlesnake trading shots with... Well, they're not... Still isn't using this tremor to actually fire at the enemy. Very sad. Up here we've got the Arbiters. Just took out some wind turbines. Sheldon blasting away as well. I if that was a good idea to walk forward into. This is where the Arbiters really help. It's taking out things like those pop-up dragon claws and dragon's maws. They're able to inflict a lot of damage from far enough away that you don't have to worry about them. Here's all those thugs being pulled in from Joint Cutter. There's a lot of Sheldon. Pushing through the front. Get EMP'd by a mechs that was invisible. The thugs still coming. Good old Sumo tanking some of the damage. Getting a lot of push forward here. Sprinters and pawns. And down goes his commander. As labs. We got tigers coming in from the south and a lot of T1. Oh, and a Tsar. Oh, wow. They're still dealing with the thugs over here. My gosh. Looks like getting back to the air players' economy. Get some D-gun. Gets 2 D-guns, 3 D-guns. And goes down. Meanwhile, the red player has a wall of T1 tanks shoring up the hole that was just made. Oh, there's some ticks left back here. They're just hanging out. Take out some converters. It's a lot of pings. We don't need that. My gosh. Oh, and during this chaos, we got hounds and recluses coming in on the north side. Backed up by Comm-Eater's tigers. Looks like they got the converters down here with the ticks. Are they going to get the fusion? Nah. Oh well, got the converters though. On the north, these hounds are coming in. What do we got? Well, we have hounds to meet the enemy hounds. Got a bit of a concave here though for the lime green player, Pantsu Ripper. And it's not looking like there was enough there. Getting more and more economic damage done here. Oh, Red's energy production again. Ah ha ha. Poor Red. All the thugs. Still all the thugs. Working on a fusion. Still producing thugs. Red's energy production again goes down. Looks like the Spiders are just going to go right up into Burdock Homes base. Nope, nope, they decided to turn around. Comm Eater's got to run. He is, looks like, yep, he goes down. Got caught out there. Got Sumos in the front, Sheldon in the middle, and Arbiters in the back here. Snowberry has a lot of welders. And I did not react in time to pull my units back. So those welders are going to get on some good connections. Fortunately for Snowberry, his units are just too short ranged, and my reinforcements are helping out. And here we got Catapult launching into the Rattlesnake and Gauntlet combo. We have Tick Spam that's actually just dealing damage. And a Catapult a little more effective at dealing that damage. Yeah. Blue player looks like it's went up to Tech 3 or Tier 3 units. Oh man. They're not very accurate. Boy, they put out a lot of damage in an area. That's pummeling through the defenses down here. Still up here, working through Snowberry's forces. We have a bunch of agitators here in the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 agitators. Problem for the agitators, though, is these arbiters also have a very, very long range. We got a bombing run, just took out yellow. Looks like come in and take out a lot of the energy production here for Joint Cutter. There's a fusion here. Are we going to get that? I'm going to come for the production and build power. Okay, production and build power taken out. Taking out the production that Red had rebuilt. We're just going straight for the commander. Yep. Take out Duck Viking's commander with bombers. Don't see that one too often. So many thugs on the field. I've never seen somebody just amass so many thugs. It's a bit ridiculous. But with that bombing run complete, the red team calls GG. If you guys enjoyed the video, go ahead and leave me a like down below. If there's things that you want to see or things that I can do better, leave a comment. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.